welcome everyone to Dreadful Tales episode 2. I'm very excited to get back to this campaign today, but before we go around and we say who we are and who we're going to be playing like we normally do, I'd like to point up this corner right here above Deception Check. You see a little logo. We are now sponsored by Roll20! Woohoo! It's very exciting. It's our virtual tabletop of choice. Fun fact, everyone but Shiny Pilot, because I dragged him into this, we all met 4 years ago by all applying to a random game on Roll20. So it's our virtual tabletop of choice. If you want to check it out for yourselves, go to roll20.net. It's super cool. They've got a lot of character sheets for things and stuff, and just dice if you just want to roll a bunch of dice for whatever system you're playing, like Tread, where it's not a Jenga tower here, but we're using dice. So now, let's go around and let's say who we are and who we'll be playing. I'll start with myself. I am playing Lenore Thompson, CrossFit instructor and business owner whose grandmother may have been staying here at the Lamiota Bluffs Sanitarium. It's exciting. Let's go up to right above me to Deception Check. How are you doing?
Oh, that's right. I'm early on this show now.
I know.
Okay, so I have to be ready. All right, I'm doing great. Yeah, Deception Check. I'm playing Connor Caro III. He is a producer on a reality show called Ghost Finders, because why would you want to hunt a ghost when you know you're going to find one? He's scouting out a location for his big premiere episode, and he chose Lamiota Bluff Sanitarium, so this ought to be a great time. He's just standing there alone, listening to the wind scream. I mean, wind screams, right? That's what wind does. So everything's fine. Yeah, this is great.
It's super awesome. Someone who's super awesome would be Shiny Pilot. How are you?
Well, hey there. Hi, Shiny Pilot. I'm going to be playing Vladislav Ivanovich. He is a Russian helicopter pilot who came in with the crew to assess landing zones in preparation for some filming that may or may not be happening on this island. And I don't know how we're going to do on this, but let's do it. Let's jump into it. It's going to be fun.
Wonderful, wonderful. And someone who's wonderful would be D20 coup de grace.
Yes, that is me. I'll be playing Major Gregory Watt today. He's a disgruntled veteran, and he's been to this island before. And he lost something valuable here. And once he gets it, he's going to find a way off this island.
That's a solid plan. A solid plan. Someone who has a solid plan, I'm sure, or at least ways to thwart ours, would be our game master for this evening. Nugatosaurus, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. It's Monday. It's my favorite day of the week because I get to hang out with you guys. And if y'all are ready, I think I'm ready. So let's hop right back in. Last week, they're not really adventurers, more of our exploration group, arrived at the Lamiota Island via a not-so-calm boat ride. Upon arriving on the island, they set off inland in search for the sanatorium. However, along the way, Major Watt suggested that they find, a place to stay for the night, considering it was early afternoon when they got there, and they would need, for their long trek, they would need a place that's, relatively safe to stay. Along the way, some things happened. Our dear Lenore had a sprained ankle, as well as our Russian pilot Vladislav had his head nearly taken off by a deer. I believe murder deer was the term that arose from the group in chat. The murder deer, yes. Once they found the cave, Major Watt was searching for something in the debris in the cave and didn't seem to find what he was looking for. After setting up, they set off again and heard some unearthly screams and some strange things. A mutilated deer in the middle of the road, and Major Watt lost his cool for a moment there and nearly stabbed our dear Connor Caro III. But, what happens in the woods stays in the woods. It's fine. Upon arriving at the sanatorium, we had a bit of a split. Major Watt and Lenore Thompson headed around the back of the building towards the garden, while Connor and Vladislav stayed at the front. Connor was taking some pictures, and as the wind began to pick up, he heard some strange sounds off in the distance, or close by, who knows. Vladislav headed towards the front door while Connor stayed to take more pictures, and as he was looking up, Vladislav was looking up at the 4th floor window. He saw a black mass with red gleaming eyes staring down at him, and that was where we ended. So we're gonna pick up right where we left off. We're gonna start with Lenore and Major Watt. The two of you are behind the sanatorium. You've entered a overgrown but very obviously a garden. You can see some wrought iron tables, and the chairs have long since rusted and gone elsewhere. Who knows where they went? And you see a double door with a chain and padlock. You also found on the 2nd story there was a window the glass was broken, and some of the bars have disappeared. They're no longer in place, and you think maybe that might be a way to get in. Who knows? And what are you two doing at this moment?
Well, us two?
Yes.
In the garden?
Back in the garden.
I believe we were heading towards the door. But as we're heading towards the door, we're in the garden, and I know it's super overgrown, but she kind of digs into her trendy, she had like her backpack. It's like, super design. Pulls out, photograph, an old photograph from her journal, and like holds it up and looks to see where it was taken. It's a group photo of her grandmother and some other people who were staying at the sanatorium back in the day. So it's all black and white and sepia. She's kind of just looking for that garden bench.
As you pick it up and you scan, you find that when you have your back to the double doors, to the left side, it looks like that might be the location. In the picture, you see that they're at kind of like the corner of a white picket fence, and that seems to be where the rotted fence is at that point.
Okay,
So,
just
possibly there.
kind of just look at the picture, look at it, and go, maybe pull out her phone, because we all have phones, they just don't work here, and just take a photo.
Sure, absolutely. You snap that photo and you look at it.
It's gonna look real good on Instagram later.
Yes, so good. If only, there wasn't this strange, misty film over the photo that you just took.
Gosh, weird. I'll just take a few more to make sure. Yeah.
Sure.
The photograph, like right in front of like the spot.
You take a couple photos, and only 2 of them turn out somewhat decent. The others all have that strange distortion to them. Must be, the light.
It's gotta be the light and the humidity here. Maybe it's got moisture gotten to the phone.
Exactly.
I'll just put in some rice when I get home.
Of course. Major Watt, while she's doing this, what are you doing?
I'm looking around for something I can use as a lever to try to kind of break these chains.
Sure. You glance around. You do see there is a rusted leg of that wrought iron table has fallen off, and it's next to where you assume chairs had been, maybe. You also see several large sticks. You think maybe any of those could work, possibly?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and grab that iron table leg.
Sure.
And head over to the door and try to give it a few. See if I can get anything on that, or if it has too much integrity right now.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a roll, please. And just to reiterate for people who are new to watching or who don't remember from last week, Dread is normally played with a Jenga tower, and anytime the players want to make a roll, they have to pull a tile or pull a block. However, we don't have that, so instead we are rolling a d20. I set a target failure that gets increasingly difficult as they make rolls, and if they fail, things happen. Let's see. A 18, okay. So you jam the leg into what looks to be one of the weakest links in this chain. Unlike the chain that's on the front door, this one is a little bit more rusted. It looks like it's been here a little bit longer. And you jam it in there and you're kind of wiggling it back and forth and trying to get some strength to it, and the chair snaps. Or not the chair, the leg snaps in half. It's very rusted, very not structurally sound.
Ah. Throw that to the side. Wish I'd brought my crowbar.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Let me. Oh yeah, we're at the doors. Sorry, I got distracted.
Yes.
So
What are you doing?
I'm taking photos. See, this is my grandma right here. This is, back when my grandma was staying here. These were the people she met here. So, some other people who were staying here.
You have family history here.
I do, yes. My grandmother was released from here, a while back, but she always said she escaped.
Hopefully her spirit will protect us.
Well, she's buried in California, so I really hope not. But she did say she left something in her room, so I gotta check it out. Alright, let's look at this door.
Can you make your way up to the second story there?
Well, over the cliffs? That doesn't sound incredibly safe. I look at this lock. It's not a lock and chain, it's just a lock on the door. Yeah?
So it is a chain,
Okay.
and then it's got like a heavy padlock.
Hmm.
Looks like the chain is through like the door handles and then locked in the center.
Does
Did
it
your
look...
grandmother teach you how to pick locks?
My grandmother would never. But I do wanna have a look. This door is newer, but it's not as new as the front door. So does it look like it has any weak points, maybe?
Go ahead and make me roll.
Yeah.
See if you can find a weak spot in this door.
74.
74. Okay. You're taking a look at this door, and you do notice that this one is while it's a wood door, it is like a thick oak kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of door, not thing. You do notice in the bottom right-hand corner, it looks to be more rotted and worn. Maybe you could kick it in. Maybe you could crawl through. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, see, look here. Look, it's all the moisture here. There's this spot looks like maybe I do a lot of jujitsu, on the weekends when I'm not doing CrossFit. So I'm gonna try to give it a kick with my good leg. And hopefully don't wind up double twisted ankled.
Just crossed as you warm up to make this kick.
I'm like, you see me aiming? I'm like leaning on the stick you gave me. All with my bad foot. I'm aiming with my good foot.
But wait, perhaps we can make a ram of some sort.
That's a good idea. Stand back up.
We'll see if I can find a log or something.
Well, in this picture, there's like a bench, maybe we can find that. There's some tall grass, but it's probably in there somewhere. I can't imagine they would have moved that. I'm pointing over to where I think the photo was taken.
Deal with the cat. Give me a second.
Sure thing. Yeah.
Like a, I don't know, bird bath or something.
Yeah. We can find a bird bath bench. There's like a nice stone bench maybe. That'd be really good for ramming. Just wade through the grass to see where because the photo was taken right around here. Looking for bird bath or bench.
You the grass at this point, like, it's high. Like, for you, Lenore, it's about chest height.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's overgrown. It's just, no one has touched this grass in many, many years. You go over to the part of the garden where the photo was taken, and you kind of trip a little over what seems to be like formerly a wood bench. You see lots of wood planks. Most of it is rotted and worn away. You do find one piece that is a solid chunk that you think maybe you can use to break down this rotted wood.
Well, if you didn't find a bird bath, there's one piece of good bench wood left.
It might work.
All right, let's go. Let's try it. Let's go. Remember, lift with your legs, not with your back.
Major Watt, you do not find any type of bird bath or anything like
What kind
that.
of sanatorium is this? No bird baths?
All right. So we pick up that
Yep.
piece there and try to smash into that weak point in the door, I suppose.
Okay, are you guys both doing it together?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so who would like to take the lead on this one? The person who takes the lead will be the one who has to take the roll.
I don't care.
Your idea. Go ahead.
Is my
have
idea?
at it.
Sure.
Okay, make me another D100 roll, please.
Gonna copy this. 85.
85. Okay. So Lenore, you take the front, and it's a relatively large like hunk of wood that you guys are
Perfect.
carrying.
This is just like CrossFit, except we don't usually. Usually it's a little more sanded because splinters, liability, insurance, and stuff. But this, yeah, you just lift with your legs. And then treat some change.
Absolutely.
I know how to lift a log, thank you.
All right. Yeah. Just your form looks pretty good. I mean, I can give you some pointers, but what's good for now.
As Lenore instructs Major Watt on how to hold the log, which he really doesn't need, you two kind of take a running, more of a jog. Lenore,
Yeah.
you kind of can't run right now.
No, it's
with
fine.
your ankle.
Yeah.
But like a quick, brisk walk and slam this log into the corner of this door, and you hear this splintering crack of the wood, and it all just kind of falls away. There is now a large hole in the right side of this door that you feel like both of you can fit through.
Look at this.
That'll work.
High five.
And as you two high five, we are going to switch back to Mr. Caro. Mr. Caro, you've been taking pictures. You just heard some very strange things on the wind. What are you doing at this point?
At this point, he starts looking at his watch because we're starting to get off schedule.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking over towards Vladislav, who he thinks is Russian, but he still hasn't quite made the connection yet. He's not measuring, so he's like, he's doesn't have a tape measure, so he's kind of getting frustrated, and he's kind of pacing. He's got all the pictures he needs, so, and he's a little out of sorts because of the wind screaming, which he is riding up to an effect of wind through trees. So he's just kind of impatiently waiting.
Okay. So you're standing there and, just snapping pictures as you go. You've got many to choose from at this point. And,
I'm on my second SD card.
yes, you're on your second SD card. You have one more after you fill this one up. Your back is to the forest at this point. And as you're standing there, you get a creeping sensation on the back of your neck. At this point, it's a very familiar sensation. Yes, hi, Friday. Go, please. It's a very familiar... No, ma'am. Hey, babe, can you get Friday, please?
But it's Monday.
So confused.
Apologies, puppy. Sorry, I was saying... Yes, you get a creeping sensation on the back of your neck, and it's very familiar at this point. You get that feeling that you're being watched by something from the woods.
Turns around. Major, is that you?
Vladislav, you hear him call out, and you're
It's not me.
glancing. Oh, Major, I'm sorry. Wrong one. Wrong military person.
A former military, not current.
Yes, former military. You glance behind you, Connor, and No one's there.
So
He kind of takes a few steps in the direction of Vladislav.
Okay.
Kind of like, not because he's uncomfortable where he's standing, because he's perfectly fine standing there, but he just will expedite us getting back on schedule if he's closer to where Vladislav is.
Of course. Makes total sense.
Of course.
Of course. Vladislav, you just saw something that you cannot explain. You hear Connor call for the major behind you and glance back and see him glancing back into the forest. And what's going through your head right now? What's he thinking?
Probably a little scared, especially after seeing the mass with the red eyes on the upper floor of the building that caught his attention. So he probably was looking up there, kind of shook his head and looked out towards Connor, and then looked back, and it's not there. So he would scan the rest of the windows and the door, maybe take a step back, and he'd probably say a few choice curse words in Russian, of which I don't know any. And he would take a few steps back and slowly do like a side glancing turn, walk back towards Connor, head off towards him, and call out and be like, Connor, Mr. Producer, Director.
Nope. Producer, don't want all the headaches being a director. Where
Sorry,
are we?
my bad.
We're done, right? I'm ready to get back to camp. We're way over time. I mean, look at the time. We really should be out of here. I think I have enough set piece.
He's probably good. You see Major there? You call him?
No, I thought I heard or felt like he was behind me, or someone was, and so I didn't see anything. So
you sure
I just thought it was Major? Him. What?
You sure he's not Major?
There's nothing there.
You kind of look over behind him and call it Major. Major what?
I thought it might have been maybe some of the camera team that are setting up. They're supposed to be like coming in later, but I don't know. I'm a little confused, so I think it's back to the camp. Yeah.
We should go get friends, comrades, and.
Well, I mean, we're way over time. I mean, that's the only reason why we're leaving right now. So, yes, you lead on, friends.
He'll turn around then, and he'll start walking towards the building yet again. This time, I guess, with Connor in tow, and he'll kind of call out loudly, "Miss Eleanor, Major, are you inside?"
Wait for a moment. Yeah, wait for a moment, and you don't hear any kind of response at this time.
Oh, they probably around back don't hear. Let's go around back, and he'll lead Connor around the back side of the building, calling out for them as he goes.
Okay.
Now that he's with Vlad, he starts taking more photos because he's a little bit more. He's calmed down a bit. He doesn't hear as much screaming on the wind. So, yeah. So yeah, he's taking a few pictures, close-ups of the building, like texture photos and whatnot.
Sure, absolutely. As you're taking these photos, the previous times you felt like you're being watched, eventually it goes away. At this point, as you're standing and walking next to Vladislav, it's still there, just kind of in the back of your mind, just kind of eating at you a little bit, like, it hasn't gone away.
I don't like
of
the
right
choice
now.
of words there about eating at you. I think it's a poor choice of words.
I think it's a great choice of words.
Vlad, can we just pick this up? We're really behind. Like we're almost like 5 minutes over schedule. So we really need to kind of let's double time this or something. Let's what that's a military term, right? Or you understand that? Let's just go.
We pick up pace.
Whatever. Yeah.
He'll try and find any signs of their pathway. I mean, is it like really overgrown behind the house? Can you see like a cut through the grass of where you walked?
Yeah, so you guys, the two of you are at the front. So where Connor was, when you guys came out from the trail of the forest, the first thing you see is essentially the corner of the sanatorium. When you come out from the trail, you can see the front and the side as well. And then in the background, you see the cliff and everything.
Yep.
So Connors kind of stayed in that area. You went to the front of the building.
Yeah.
And then Lenore and Major Watt went around to the back. On that side of the building that you first see when you come out, it's very overgrown. Like I said, it's up to Lenore's chest. It's to the rest of you, it's probably just below, kind of in your waist area. There is a very gravel, like dirt path kind of entry where it looks like it's like a roundabout kind of at the very front. Anything to the side and to the back is overgrown. As you're walking, you do see kind of like some breakage on some of the blades, and you can follow around the side towards the back where they disappeared. However, as Connor and Vladislav are having their conversation and making their way around to the back, Lenore, Major Watt, you guys have just opened up a large hole. Do you head through?
Yeah, we had 10 minutes. Probably more like 6 minutes now. We gotta find whatever Major Watt's looking for, and I know what I'm looking for, and I know where it is, allegedly.
Okay.
I don't know where the room is, but I know what the room number is.
Yes, you do.
Be careful of your step. The floors are rotted here.
Good to know. I'll kind of do like the, check with my walking stick spear first before I step out.
Good plan. So as you enter, you have to get down on your hands and knees in order to crawl through this hole. You stand up and you brush off, and as you're looking, this is a very wide, spacious area.
Oh, and it starts.
Obviously,
so I'll turn on my cell phone.
Yeah, there you go. You've got your flashlight. You can see very well with your cell phone light. You can see as you enter to it. Like I said, it's a very wide open space. Obviously in a large amount of disrepair. There are vines growing on the inside of the building. All of the glasses in the windows are shattered. It's in the ground, or on the ground. You see, like Major Watt mentioned, the floor is rotting, the ceiling is rotting, the walls are rotting. It's just, this is a very dilapidated and dangerous possibly building. To your right, you can see a half wall where the top half used to be glass, and now it's just a very rusted, chained, like guard room. It's like you see in prison. They've got they're boxed in their own room. To your left, you see yet another dilapidated wall that kind of pushes out from the rest of it and funnels into a hallway. Where you see several doors that are now off their hinges and what looks like file cabinets in that area. You were assuming some kind of offices. You will see a hallway to your right, a hallway to your left, and then directly in front of you, you see that brand new, very well put together door.
And that one was also chained and padlocked?
Yes, from the outside.
Cool. Because if it was just locked, I'd have come in and unlocked it from this side. That's not the case, so. Alright, let's get looking. If you see a room 88, let me know.
Watt just looks at Lenore and looks down at her cell phone and shakes his head and just says civilians.
You don't...
As he pulls out his night vision goggles.
Do you have night vision goggles though?
I put it on the sheet in my inventory. NVG.
NVGs, you're correct. Yep. What? Okay.
He's like,
sure.
It's on the sheet you approved, Game Master.
All right. Yeah, you have night vision goggles. Abso-fucking-lutely. I love it.
All right.
You can see no problem. Lenore, you see some shadows and stuff, and Major Watt, anytime she like shines the flashlight, you just blinded for a minute.
Will you keep that away from my eyes?
I'll point it down. I'll point it down. I mean, seeing the ground's more important. I'll just I'll do this to swoop it up, look at the room numbers.
There you go. Okay, so do you head to the left or do you head to the right?
Do I see any numbers on the walls or the rooms to the left or right to give me an indicator as to which way?
Not at this moment. The only
Okay.
thing that you can see in your direct vicinity is that possible old guard room and the offices.
Yeah, I'm guessing that the paperwork is all rotten and bad because it's been sitting here for so long. So it's not worth trying to look for a file on the room numbers. Like, left or right?
I suggest we clear the first floor.
Yeah, okay, but left or right?
Let's go right then.
All right.
Okay. So you head to the right. You do have to be very careful with your steps and make sure you don't fall through any of the floorboards or anything. You pass down a narrow hallway, and then it opens up into, it's like a T intersection. Eleanor, as you're shining your light, you can see directly to your left there is a like a storeroom closet. And then directly to your right there appears to be rooms starting with number 301. And then directly in front of you there, on your right there are 3 doors. First room is 301, 302, 303.
Right.
And then directly in front of you there are 5 rooms ranging from 304 to 308.
Should we start with 301 then?
I mean, yeah, we gotta. What is it you're looking for? I could. If I know what it looks like, I might be able to help. I'm looking for room 88, and this is not.
Trinket.
Okay.
But I lost it. It
Okay.
means a lot.
What does the trinket look like?
It's heart-shaped.
That's cute. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
How big is
at
it?
this point, you guys have been in this building for several minutes, and as you're standing in here, you realize that it's really fucking cold in this building. Like, more so than it is outside. You have chills. As you're talking, you can see your breath. And as you step into this T intersection and you're looking at these rooms, and it just kind of hits you. You've got this lingering sense of panic just kind of under the surface. It's not anything that kind of hits you right out of the blue, but you, like, as you take a second and look around, you realize that you don't like being in here. This makes you feel claustrophobic. You feel like you have to get out.
Yeah, I'm not feeling this. Let's just, do you see it yet? Glance. I don't see anything. Let's check down the left.
Yes. We can check the left then.
I guess, yeah. None of this has an 8 or has an 88, so it's not the room I'm looking for. Keep going.
Don't move so quickly. Be
Uh,
careful with the step.
yeah. Sorry, just... I feel claustrophobic in here. I'm not normally a claustrophobic person, but, you know, it's a little... I don't know, maybe it's the air. Staleness of it. I don't know.
Major
Not
Watt,
pleasant.
as she mentions this, this is a familiar feeling. You can't really remember your last time on this island, but you feel like you've been here before. This feeling of panic and claustrophobia feels familiar.
Yes, now that you mention it, it does bring back memories. Memories I don't think I want to remember.
Sorry.
You guys each kind of glance briefly through these 7 rooms, or excuse me, 8 rooms, and kind of glance in the closet real quick, and you see rotted beds, decayed fabrics. It's in really bad shape. You don't really see anything that catches your eye.
Mm-hmm.
And you step back and slowly make your way towards the left.
We'll just check the
instead.
first story today. I'm sure they're going to be worried about us. Then we can check the other 2 floors tomorrow when it's light outside. You can get some light through the windows. You gotta weigh in now.
What are the other 2 doing?
I think maybe some, Vlad's a pilot, so I'm sure they're doing very important helicopter pilot things for the helicopter that he flies, that he says he flies. And then, Connor, he's doing producer stuff for the film, movie, show.
And as you were having this conversation, Vladislav and Connor, you guys have now entered the garden. You notice that it is at one point, it must have been a very well-kept garden. You can see the same thing that I described before. You see a wrought iron table that's rusted. It's missing a leg. The chairs seem to have gone. It is heavily overgrown. You see a wooden door that has now a decent-sized hole in the right corner with a rusted chain and padlock as well.
Connor's taking more photos. Like, this is amazing. Like, if it makes me feel like creepy just being here, I can imagine these photos are going to make creep people out. This is gold.
Sarah Connor. Sorry.
Come with me if you want to live.
Yeah, come with me if you want to live. Connor, I don't know why I'm doing that accent. There's holding door. I think they went through opening. And
well, that wasn't on the schedule, so I can't approve of this, but we'll probably have to go in and find them.
Look, we go inside and find them. We get out here, we make camp before it's too dark. You do your film editing and planning. It'd be good evening. Lenore, Major, we coming inside.
Maybe we should stand out here and call into them,
He gives you blank Russian look.
I mean, this building isn't really all that stable, and I don't think we have the right insurance package right now for us to be doing entrances. Like, we're just here to scout.
I'm going inside. I see you out here later. And he will duck back in and go inside. Major, Lenore.
You have to get down on your hands and knees in order to crawl through this hole, and for you, it's a little bit of a tight squeeze. You're a little bit, buffer, and yeah. You're a little bit buffer. You're a little bit more thick than the rest of them.
Major, like,
Fighting's about skill, anyways.
Oh God, making me lose my train of thought. Anyway. You crawl through and you stand up and you're brushing yourself off, and you get that same feeling that you don't realize the others have felt it, but it is freezing cold in here. You inhale and let it out, and you can see your breath, and you've got that feeling, that kind of gnawing under the skin feeling of panic and claustrophobia, and this just doesn't feel right. You don't immediately see Lenore and Major Watt. Not 100% sure where they are.
He will zip up his jacket a little bit more, and he will unsnap the fastener on his survival knife that's on his hip, just to have that ready. But he's not going to pull it out. He's just unsnapping it. And he's kind of looking around, assessing this building and what kind of condition it's in. Is it really as decrepit and old as it looked on the outside? Is it looking like it's about to come down? I mean,
you don't get the feeling that it's going to fall, right away. It's definitely in disrepair. There are holes in the ground. The walls are flaking. The drywall is
and
whatever they use. Yeah, exactly. You're hearing sounds that, normal stable buildings don't make. You see, you can look up and you can literally see the floor above you. It's in a lot of disrepair. This building has not been kept up.
Kind of look around. He's hesitant to do so, but he has to do so. He's like, it's nothing, it's fine. Comrades!
Lenore and Major Watt, you hear faintly someone shouting?
You hear that?
Probably, Connor or Vlad. We should go check the left hallway. I mean, there's nothing down the right.
Meanwhile, downstairs, Vlad will be.
We're on the level. We're on the first story.
Yeah, everybody's on the first floor at this point. They're just down a hallway.
Vlad will start walking down one of the main hallways, trying
left
to.
or right?
I guess we'll go left.
Yes.
And
Not to find
I wasn't even really paying attention which direction you guys went because I want to have that suspense. Yeah. He'll go left, and he'll just kind of slowly walk, not stealthily, but just cautiously, because it's a decrepit building, and he saw something weird, and he's got tinglies at the back of his neck, and he would be that man whose head is on a swivel. He's definitely like a spring that's compressing. He's getting wired tight, and he's snapping his head into each room, kind of looking and wondering why the heck the rest of the crew is not answering him, calling out.
Sure, absolutely.
And he kind of half-heartedly chuckles under his breath. Maybe they don't speak Russian. Maybe they don't speak English.
Must be one of those two. You head to the left and you pass what looks to be on your right-hand side. What looks to be, you glance through, and maybe some kind of offices. It looks like there's some really rusted and old file cabinets. There's like pieces of paper that are they're just mulch at this point. They're just mush. You walk for a little bit and then you get to a section where it opens up and then kind of curves to the left a little bit, and you see kind of looks like a high school cafeteria. It's got like round tables with the benches that are attached, and it looks like this must have been where the patients here had their food and such. Along that left-hand wall, as you come into this cafeteria area, you do see a set of stairs that winds up and down. However, we still have someone who's outside. Connor, what are you doing at this point?
He's leaning up against the building to the left of the door, kind of like taking like a picture in case he's going, Vladislav? Lenore? This isn't on the schedule.
Don't hear any answers. It doesn't seem to be any sounds coming from inside.
All right. Mine's running tricks on me. So he kind of puts his camera down, starts going through his phone and trying to reset the schedule. He's going through his, okay, we'll just add another 30 minutes here, and then we'll just push everything back. And I guess I have to get rid of the CrossFit session this evening. Lenore's injured anyway, and I don't think Major Watt looks like a CrossFit person. So I probably, okay, we'll never get back on schedule. And he's just sort of like, he's vibrating with it, like just anxiety, not wanting to be there. And then occasionally just going, Vladislav.
Nobody seems to be answering. As you're standing there and, you're glancing at your phone and you're adjusting your schedule, occasionally you kind of glance up and scan around because you still have not gotten rid of that feeling that something is watching you. And at one point you glance up and you can see the tree line from here, and is that shadow? That strange one that was peeking out from behind a tree?
Shadows, the sun's going, well, the sun was never really out, but there's still diffuse light. It's an issue with productions and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm sure that's just nothing. It's nothing.
Of course.
Nothing at all. No, nothing.
You keep your eyes on it for a couple more seconds and then glance down to shift something in your schedule and quickly glance up, and has it moved closer? What?
Vladislav. Bam, 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 bam on the door. Vlad.
I just know that thudding on the door is gonna be right as we're walking by to find Vlad. It's just gonna go do do do.
Don't hear any answers. It doesn't seem to be any sounds coming from inside.
It doesn't seem to be answering. As you're standing there and, you're glancing at your phone and you're going, Vladislav.
You hear nothing.
The solid oak doors. Don't build them like they used to.
Nope.
What's the light level right now? Like,
At this point, it's about, I'd say, 7:30 in the evening. It has been raining all day. The sun is pretty much set. It's late fall. It's getting pretty dark. You think maybe by 8, it'll be pitch black.
okay. Glances back towards this shadow. Is it still moving closer?
You scan. There's nothing there.
He just kind of like squats
Must be
down
a
on
trick
his
of the light.
heels. I'm going to get a different pilot. This is not producers should not be left alone like this. We're people. I'm a people person. I need people to bounce around. That's what producers do. There's more notes in his phone. Fire Vladislav. Fire Lenore. She doesn't really work for us. Fire them all. And he's just sort of like kind of vibrating a little bit, just anxious.
You glance up, and the shadow's at the edge of the garden, on the other side of the fence. Seemingly frozen, facing you.
It's just a shadow.
Vaguely humanoid, hulking shape. You can see from here it's roughly 7 foot.
He takes his camera
Mm-hmm.
and like when he looks at it through the camera, is it still there in the shot?
I don't see anything.
Like, so he pulls the camera down and the shadow's still there, but he puts the camera up and it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
Vladislav! Please, for the love of all that's holy, get your ass out here, please!
You are alone. You hear nothing from inside?
Ghosts aren't real. 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 I said I'd find them, but that's a joke. I mean, they're just...
Connor, go ahead and make me a roll, please.
Yay! It's my don't die macro. 41.
41, okay. You're crouched on the ground, and you have your phone in one hand, the camera in the other. You're repeating, ghosts aren't real, ghosts aren't real, ghosts aren't real. This can't possibly be real. No. You settle. Just as this shape darts into the garden.
Oh no.
Moves closer. The grass isn't moving. There's no wind. There's nothing. You can watch it just barely through the tall grass, and then it's gone. It got pretty close. It was within about 20 feet of you before you blinked and can't see it anywhere. Must be a trick of the light. Lenore and Major Watt.
Yeah.
You guys are heading to the left.
Yeah. We haven't heard anything except for that one yell. And, yeah, we gotta look for the rooms. We just gotta check to see if 88's on the first floor. That's it. Oh, we're just gonna, I think after going down since we didn't see anybody coming down this way, I don't see anybody in the 2 rooms, as we go down the left, I might go, Vlad?
Glad you faintly hear someone calling your name.
Hello? Hello, I'm in here, cafeteria, as he yells a little bit louder and starts walking back towards the way he came, thinking they were there.
Did you see a room 88? Is there a room 88 down there?
Keep talking. I can't. Where are you? I can't hear you. As he's walking, because it's kind of like an echoey, hollow sound. I'd imagine. Keep talking. What? Are you on the first floor?
As you're shouting and you round the corner back towards that hallway that you originally came down, you do see Lenore's flashlight.
Ugh.
Found them.
There you are. You guys scared me. As he keeps walking down the hallway. Ah! Don't shine that face. Put it down.
Sorry.
Why you guys not answer my call? I've been calling for like 20 times now.
We heard something faintly, but we weren't sure if it was anybody actually calling. So I figured we made it back to the back door, and then we gave a yell and you answered. So you didn't see there wasn't any rooms down that hall?
It was cafeteria.
Just cafeteria, no rooms.
Well, a couple business rooms and whatnot.
Okay, but not like patient rooms or anything. Cool. It's probably on the second or third or fourth floor. We'll check it tomorrow. Let's go check it back. Is Connor outside?
Mr. Producer, outside, ready to leave.
Cool. Yeah, we probably shouldn't keep him waiting more than we need to. Let's go.
We should be leaving very soon. I want to check one more door.
Okay. Make me a roll, please.
Oh, did you see a heart-shaped trinket? About this big.
No.
Alright. So I don't think it was down that way. Gregory.
Heart-shaped trinket?
Yeah, heart-shaped trinket. I don't know if that's good or bad.
What's its point of trinket?
What's what the Major's looking for?
Major Watt, you are looking for your item. It's been a very long month without it. You step into one of these rooms, and it's an office. And you glance around and you rifle through some debris that's laying, and you're in this room by yourself, and you hear, "Welcome back, my friend. I'll see you soon." You glance around and you're alone. There's no one here. Your shoulder aches. Shiver runs down your spine and you quickly walk out of the room.
It wasn't in there.
Alright, and Vlad didn't see it in the cafeteria, so it's probably on the second, third, or fourth floors. We'll check back tomorrow, but let's get back to Connor.
It was stairs and cafeteria. We should probably leave now. Connor's going to have feet. He's already having feet outside.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's probably a bit longer than 10 minutes, but we just needed to check.
This is getting dark very quickly.
Alright, well, we'll make it back. You got night vision goggles, you'll be able to see. Got a flashlight.
I'll be the only one.
Yeah, we got.
What you mean, the only one?
That we'll be able to see in the forest.
We got flashlights. Like a fire, camp, it'll be fun.
I think you look too much into it. Come on, let's go. Let's get Connor.
Hurry back.
Yeah.
So you guys hurry back to where the door was, and there's no door on this wall.
No.
Is it very obvious the place we came in from, though?
It's you can see. You're in the center
We can see
of
the
the
front.
wall.
Can we see the front
that
door
you
at all?
followed. You see a front door. There's a door there.
Front door.
But
Where's
that
the?
back door where that hole was, it's gone.
Why is door gone? He's gonna go walk up to the wall and he's gonna
You think
touch it.
Connor thought maybe it's not needed, and he had I don't know, maybe a set worker follow it out and just.
Please, set worker in that time.
I don't know.
Faced.
He works in film. I don't know what they're capable of. They do CrossFit.
Is obvious. We are in the wrong hallway. We take a wrong turn. We go back to correct hallway.
But the front door is right there.
It must look.
Why don't we go out front door, then we walk around
I
back?
mean, we can try. It's locked and chained, but you can give it a go. Go ahead, Vlad. You open that front door.
Lock the front door, and he's gonna go over to the front door now, and he's gonna see if there's any interior.
When he walks away, I
that
go
he
and I
can
poke
undo.
the wall. Like, or what?
It is solid wall.
Okay.
It's not that solid.
Is there any locks on the front door?
You see, this is like a brand spanking new metal door. It is thick. There's not a speck of rust anywhere on this. You don't see any kind of lock. You don't see any kind of it's like, when you're looking at a door, it's got like those pins that you put into the wall, and it, like, I don't know what they're called, but they're pins. You keep the door in place. You don't see any of those. It looks like it is like melded to the wall. You give it a shake and there is no budge to these doors.
It was obviously very high quality from 50s, don't build like used to.
No,
But
those aren't from the 50s. Besides, the place closed in like 56, so there's that. If there was from the 50s,
fine,
there'd be
fine.
rust. Yeah.
Just
At,
go around
at
and
least we'll be safe from the murder deer in here.
Yeah, there's no murder deer. Let's go find freaking window. We go out
You were
window.
almost killed by a deer. Think
It
that's
was
a murder
deer
deer.
was running scared. It didn't kill me.
From the other
From-
deer that probably ate its friend that we found dead on the path.
Oh, it's just wolves or something on the island. He's
I
fine.
don't think there's wolves on this island. The ecosystem, I mean, the island's too small for that. Come on. Read a...
Please, in specific northwest. These could have swam across water away, got trapped here or something.
We were on a boat for like half a day to get here. What kind of wolves do you have in Russia?
Big ones. Motivated ones.
Big, motivated wolves.
Yeah, big motivated.
As you're discussing large, motivated wolves, back
Connor.
outside to Connor. What are you
Give
doing,
her more
Connor?
I'm
ideas.
sorry.
What are you doing, Connor?
He's
about
not
Russian
doing
wolves.
well. He is riddled with anxiety and is going over what his psychiatrist told him were effective techniques for anxiety control, with breathing, with focusing on other items. He starts pulling on his little his rubber band he has around his wrist for situations when it gets really bad, and he's trying to work the problem. He's
Okay.
alone, and he's trying to figure out where to go, what to do, because no one's answering and he's not going through that little hole.
Okay.
So he's probably going to work his way back around to the front of the building again and get away from the garden.
Okay.
You don't want to come in funhouse? It's fine. Come on inside.
You
No.
take a couple steps away from the door, and at that point you hear faintly coming from inside, Connor! Connor, you have to see this! Sounds like Lenore?
We're way past schedule. Get out here now. We need to get back at the camp. I have editing. I have at least another hour of editing to do, and this is not. We did not agree to this, and I'm going back around front.
Connor!
He just starts going.
Okay. You head around to the front. At this point, it's pitch black outside. There is no moon. There's no light coming from anything. You can hear the ocean. You can barely see the cliff's edge. You move around to the front of the building. What would you like to do?
He's going to find a solid wall and something to sit on, and he's just going to sit and wait for his friends to come. And he's got a little light too.
Okay.
And so he's just got a little light, killing his battery. I'm sure that won't go bad.
No. of course.
And he's going to try and keep his mind busy by reorganizing his schedule and planning out what to do on tomorrow's scouting.
Okay. As you're scheduling your days on this island, because you're so off schedule, you don't even know how you're going to salvage this.
No.
You take a second and you set down your phone, and with the light facing up, obviously, because,
Of course.
shit's weird right now. You pick up your camera and you start scrolling through. Hold on, I need to pull something up. There we go. You start scrolling through the photos, and you've been taking pictures since you stepped foot on this island. And as you're examining these photos, you recognize something. That hulking shadow peeking out from behind a tree. This is a different photo. It looks like one that, while you guys were on the trail, you had turned around and snapped a photo. And you see it. And as you're squinting and trying to, get some kind of clarification on what the hell this thing is, you blink. Yes, hi. No. Shh. Sorry, cat. You hear a distant meow. You squint, trying to make out the shape in the photo, when suddenly it shifts to the left within the photo. And you wait a second. You pull the camera away and
Just rolled his eyes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. Okay, I really didn't get enough whey protein in my meal today. I need to really focus. I'm starting to get a little bit peaked. I don't have any of my power bars with me right now. This is not happening. This is the kind of thing we put in the show. This is just, someone is playing a trick on me right now. That's what it is. First big show, and they've sent an advanced team ahead of me, and they're just totally screwed. That's what it is. Okay, it's got to be Goldman back at the shop. He's the one that did it. Okay. All right. How do I
attempt to rationalize what you're seeing, what can't possibly be real? Please make me a roll.
Okay. Don't die, macro. Brought to you by Roll20.
Hey.
50.
What's that face?
Okay.
That's the collapse of a Jenga.
Okay.
That or it's doing this.
Yes. Get real close. As you attempt to rationalize this, you've got your glasses off because it's dark anyway, and who cares? And you're pinching the bridge of your nose and kind of giving your forehead a little rub to try and calm yourself down. And as your therapist has taught you, maybe just in, out, it'll be fine, everything's okay. In, out. You kind of clasp your hands together in an attempt to stop them from shaking and put your glasses back on, and you notice there's an oozing black smoke begins to pour from the joints in your camera, and in your panic you step back and drop it and just take several along the wall, just kind of scoot to the side and try to keep away from it. And as you watch, it forms into this massive hulking shape right in front of you, slams into you, and your world goes black. So,
My phones.
Lenore, Vlad, Major Watt. Lacey, go away, my love. Stop it. You are inside a sanatorium with seemingly no way out.
Okay. Well, in the second story, there was that window. Remember, Major, with the glass out and some of the bars were gone?
Why second story window? Why not ground window and we just break it?
Because there's iron bars over the windows, Vlad.
Can't be over all the windows by now. Surely some have fallen off.
We looked around the whole first story, and the only one
Very
we
good
saw.
windows.
Yes, that's why we came around to the back.
We didn't
Wait,
look around
wait,
the
you-
whole story. There's still
Were you inside looking for the way out the whole time?
No, we were looking
No.
for a little heart trinket and room 88.
Why you look for room 88?
Because that's the room, I pull it out, that my grandmother was in. I pull out the picture, and I shine the flashlight towards it. She stayed here, and she left something in the wall of her room. She said she left a great treasure. I want to know what it is.
She left a treasure in the wall.
She left a treasure in the walls of her room.
Was she a pirate?
What she did on certain Labor Day holidays on the lake is no one's concern.
Let's just find the room already.
All right,
Well,
and your
How
trinket.
about we find the way out? Let's go to floor. We find the way out. We come back tomorrow to get trinket stuff when it's daylight. You know, have Mr. Condor
Well,
with us.
I mean, while we're looking for the second story window, we can keep our eyes out for those things. You know, it's on the way, maybe.
Either way, I think it's upstairs.
Yeah, it's odd that the room started at 300 here, though. 301. Huh. All right, cafeteria
Maybe.
upstairs, right?
Duh.
Let's go to the cafeteria.
All right. And, he will start marching out towards the cafeteria. But as he goes by each room, Vlad's going to be looking for open windows, or looking for different scenery. For perchance there is another hallway with the front door and the back door, and these are just crazy Americans who had the wrong hallway. That's why the back door was gone. He's still in disbelief about that.
Sure. Makes sense, you know? There's no way a door could just
It
disappear.
doesn't just up and move. Come on.
Yeah. Or this isn't like a haunted house or something, you know?
Oh.
It doesn't happen. No.
Yeah, ghosts aren't real.
Ghosts aren't real, you know? It's not a thing. It's just
Yeah.
not a thing. So, you guys are walking down the hall towards the cafeteria, and Vlad, you're peeking in, you know, the offices as you go, and Major Watt, as you pass that one office where you hear that voice, you kind of speed up a little bit and just don't want to go. No, anywhere near it. No.
Let's go take the other hall.
Yeah, of course. Lenore, you peek into the offices and aren't there windows in this room? There were windows on the front of the building. This office sits on front of the building. There should be at least 3 windows in this office. And
know,
yet, there are
Maybe
none.
maybe they boarded up the windows on the inside so you can see them from the outside, but not the inside.
Vlad
probably what
walks over to
happened.
where the windows would be, and he's like, thud, like, on the wall. Nope, he's solid.
Well, yeah, then they plastered over the boards that they put up to cover the windows. Let's keep going.
Duh, like any sane person would.
Well, this is a sanatorium.
Of course, they plaster up and board the bottom windows. When all bars fall off on the outside, it's cheaper to plaster and break them up than replace bars. Probably Windows second floor. It all makes sense now. It's kind of satirically as you go.
Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
We get moving, please. I don't
Yeah.
want to
No,
listen
I'm moving.
to a lot of bitching the rest of the night.
Yeah. No, we're gonna look for 88. Magic number 88.
How about we
So-
just look for a way out if we see 88?
And if we see 8, that's what I mean. We're looking for the way out, but if we see 88 on the way,
Yeah, 2
Yes,
birds,
but-
1 stone,
yeah.
right?
Right, Grandma?
So you guys make your way into the cafeteria. Are you heading? You said you were heading to the second story, correct?
Yeah,
Yep.
but I want to
Stairs
like
up.
peek down the stairs that go down. Just
Okay.
like just shine my flashlight down them. See, it's probably the basement.
Sure.
But
Yeah, it looks to be a basement. You kind of glance down the stairs, and you can see at the bottom it turns into like a really solid, like concrete block foundation. That it looks like moldy and grimy, but it looks to be in very solid condition. Like it hasn't been affected the way the rest of the
yeah, okay.
the wood frame has.
There's probably no patient rooms down there. It's probably laundry and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, of course. You guys head up. You guys have to be very careful, as you walk along the stairs heading up. There are a couple where the planks are broken and caved in, and you just kind of hop over those. Lenore, you have a little bit of trouble with your ankle.
I take my time.
Yeah, you take your time. You use that walking stick to help you up, and you arrive on the second floor.
I need to use Vlad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just something solid to lean against.
Yeah.
Directly across from the stairs, you see a row of rooms. There are 4 rooms here, and it starts at 401 to 404.
Who would want? Started at 3. Who starts this place at 3?
Who starts a place at 3? Very strange. There is no way to go to the left. It's just a dead end where the stairs come out. It looks like you can go to the right, and then there's another hallway again to the right.
I must have numbered them in the order they were built or something.
Something.
Is this American filing system?
No, because usually I've been in a lot of hotels for CrossFit conventions, and usually the room 100 and stuff's on the first floor, 2's on the second, 3 on the third, 4 on the fourth. The fact that we started at 3 and now we're on 4, it's a little weird, a little strange.
A little strange. As you're explaining this, Lenore, you trail off for a second because you swear you can hear music. Very faint.
What kind of music?
Coming.
Rock and roll? Jazz?
No, it's like some kind of swing music, maybe?
Okay.
Just very faintly.
Like something like Grandma would have listened to, okay.
Yeah. Major Watt and Vlad, you guys both hear this as well, and as you guys are kind of straining to listen, you hear
Hello?
laughter? Like somebody's having a party. It's weird. This place is abandoned.
Does anybody else hear
Yes.
music?
Yeah?
Laughter?
Yeah, it sounds like a
people in-
party, but from the 30s, 20s, 40s, yeah, let's swing.
It must have been the people that put the new door on.
Yeah, maybe they're staying in here. And they just didn't hear us yelling because they had music playing.
Lenore, did producer mention other film crew come to site prior to us?
No, he didn't. Not to me, at least.
Or maybe Connor found his way in here and found an old record player.
Maybe. Either way, I think we're gonna need to go down this hallway because the window without the bars was bluff side.
We'll lead on to room with broken window.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Okay. So you all follow to the right, and you get to the corner where it, again, turns to the right. And you see more rooms on the left-hand side of the wall. And then directly to the right, there is what looks to be a nurse's station. Like, it's a half wall. It looks to be old, decayed file folders and
at the
and
nurse's
office supplies.
station.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of video games. So on the nurse's station, on the wall, is there a map of this room with the rooms numbered on there?
Sure. So you do look. You don't see anything super detailed. You do see that it looks to be a commemorative plaque that has the shape of the sanatorium, and it says Lamiota Bluff Sanitarium, and it looks like it received an award back in the 30s, somewhere in that time.
Sure.
But you don't seem to see any kind of map or any kind of indication of where anything is.
All right. It was worth a gander because I've played a lot of Bioshock in the last times.
Yeah.
I got the room numbers, so you can just go there. So I'm like, all right. was hoping to find like a map with room numbers or something. Nah, just a word. Cleanliness.
The way they built sanatorium, I'm surprised I'd be surprised if they did that map.
I mean, most places, they're, a lot of nurses' stations would, but I guess it is small enough that they probably wouldn't have needed one. Let's go!
Okay. So you guys walk past the nurse's station.
Check the numbers.
And you do see... Yep, so the numbers here on this floor are the 400s. At the very corner that you came from, it starts at 405, and it just increases from there. You're only seeing rooms on the left at this point. As you pass the nurse's station, you do see a door that has like a glass window that says offices. You're assuming this is like a nurse's break room, something like that. You continue on. A lot of the doors to these rooms are like half closed, or some of them are fully shut. And then on the right-hand side, you see a set of double doors that are closed. And that, as you listen, that seems to be where the music is coming from.
We weren't invited to this party.
Vlad will step forward if Lenore doesn't. He'll push the doors open.
Yeah, I don't push the doors open. I don't want to be
Shove
rude.
them open.
Yeah, so how do you just like shove them open? Do you kick them open? How are you opening these doors?
Just walk in with purpose. Door, no stop me. Open door.
Yeah, sure. So you open
I'm
the
not
door
like
and you
kicking them,
so
but
you
it's just
Aragorn.
walking
Yeah.
to 'em and
You're like-
pushing them.
yeah,
open.
just
Yeah.
yeah. So the doors swing wide and they echo a little as they slam against the walls to either side. And
Oh, sorry.
you glance around.
Don't hear the
Take
record
your-
scratch.
You take up your flashlight because it's pitch black. There are no windows in this room, and there's a hunched over shape in the corner.
Excuse me, Connor. Connor, is that you? And he's going to start walking towards the hunched over shape, shining his light on it.
Whatever it is
Okay.
eating Connor, it's fine. It's oh.
Connor.
There's no response. There's no movement. It's just a hunched over shape sitting in the corner facing the...
Excuse me, Connor, board person, and Vlad's gonna get a little bit closer, but seeing as they're not responding.
I don't enter the
Kill-
doorway, but I hold my flashlight up behind him. What does this room look like?
Connor.
So it looks like you see like rotted tables and chairs. You see like what's could possibly be a jukebox
Okay.
against one of the walls, and it looks like this was maybe a rec room, something like that.
Okay.
Oops, excuse me. Something like that. So
Cool.
yep. So you're shining your light in, Vlad. You are approaching this shape.
Approaching it, but as he's approaching it, his walk will slow down.
Mhm.
It's not responding. He'll
Okay.
shine his light, but he'll do the hand change, and then he'll put his hand down on his knife on his hip that he always has with him for the trip that we had in our gear. And he'll just start doing like a sideways step, trying to get to the front of the shape to see who or what it is.
Sure. And while Lenore and Vladislav are doing this, Major Watt, what are you doing?
I'm standing there. I'm gonna be like, will you two turn off the 20s porn music? We got to get going.
As you say that, you notice that you don't hear the music anymore. It's
It's off.
creepily quiet. There's not a single sound that you can hear aside from Vladislav's footsteps.
As Vladislav's doing the straight line, the slight rounded approach to get to the front of the blob, is he able to even see a front? Is it starting to make a clear distinction of who or what it is?
So it's definitely some kind of humanoid shape that's sitting there. You see that their arms are kind of wrapped around themselves, and they're kind of tucked up, their faces in their arms at this point. It looks like they're sitting with their knees to their
But
chest.
it's obviously not Connor, though.
It's still a little too hard to tell.
Okay, Vlad'll keep his circle walking slowly, come towards it.
You do notice that it's not wearing what Connor was wearing. Like, it doesn't have a hat on.
Bothering me, he's trying to search for the right words. He even announces, basically excuse me in Russian, just in case it's somebody else who speaks Russian.
Sure.
And he'll gauge reaction off that. If there's no response from this creeped over humanoid form,
Creeped over.
Vlad will circle till he's in front of it, and if it's
so
down,
in a corner,
in
so
a
you can
corner.
get to the side of
it's in a
it.
corner,
yeah.
so I can get to its side. Okay, my apologies.
Yeah, it's face in the corner, sitting in the corner.
Okay.
So you're kind of like along the wall with it at this point.
Okay.
However,
Vlad's, just for a quick comment, Vlad's internal spring where he was tightening, it's really tight right now. I mean, tight. He's jumpy, almost feeling right now like that adrenaline starting to peak.
Okay. We're going to pause right there as Vladislav is getting a little antsy. And Connor. The last thing you remember is dropping your camera for some strange reason.
Maybe smoking. I was doing too much work on it.
Yeah, something weird was happening. It's obviously not ghosts. There's nothing. No ghosts. No, never. You are very cold. A shiver runs down your spine, and you realize that your eyes are shut, and you blink slowly, and very faintly you hear, "Welcome back, my child." There's a pause.
Hello?
Vlad, you hear this not hulked, but hunched figure call out, "Hello?" And it sounds like Connor.
Anyone? What?
Connor, you realize you're hunched over with your arms wrapped around yourself and your knees pulled to your chest, and you blink open your eyes and you're staring into a corner. Vladislav, you see the figure shift and straighten and turn to look at you. Connor, you see Vlad, and Vlad, you see Connor, but he's wearing what looks to be scrubs. Like he's just wearing these thin pants and a simple grimy white shirt, almost like he's dressed like a patient here would be.
When did you guys get outside? He's looking around. He's like, I'm not outside.
Connor, we're not outside.
Well,
The door disappeared.
I was outside. I was sitting outside when you guys left me, and the shadow thing was coming after me, and then my phone started spitting black smoke out, and I woke up here. What the fuck am I?
This isn't just a DM mind bend, right? This is actually him we're seeing, and he's talking to us.
Yeah, as far as you're aware.
Oh.
Okay, I'm making sure.
This is Connor talking to you.
I'm
He's
just making
wearing
sure.
different. He's wearing different clothes than you saw him like 20 minutes ago. He made some kind of costume change, maybe. I don't know.
Is this some sort of storyline you're working on?
What do you? No, we're off schedule. I wanted to be back at the camp. I have editing to do, and now, what the hell am I wearing? What the? Why did you?
You tell me.
Why did you guys come back?
I'll leave you outside. If you come inside, why didn't you call for us?
I didn't come inside. I was at the front door.
You're inside.
But
Look, I'll shine the flashlight around.
Where's the record player?
There's a jukebox in the corner.
You guys are screwing with me. All right? I fell asleep and you pulled me inside this stupid house. Why aren't we going back to the camp?
And it's a sanitarium.
Whatever. I don't know even...
But, Connor, we took a wrong turn downstairs looking for a doorway to come back to you. I find friends at a brief walkabout inside the room here. And I said, door's not there. The front door is locked. We tried for windows. We hear no sound from you. Assume you probably go to the other side of the building. So we decided to come up here and find open window that Lenore found earlier. And then we see you here in corner of room. Did you find open window? Obviously, you came in through open window.
Oh, okay. I know that English is a second language for you, so please try and pay attention to what I'm saying. I was outside of the building. You left me. I called for all of you and no one came.
Okay, but what are you wearing?
I don't know.
He's costume for a movie. He's
I didn't think you were acting in it.
I'm not.
Producers act in films all the time. He's
I know Peter Jackson did, but he was the director in Lord of the Rings. I'm pretty sure.
I've seen this
It's
in
a completely different thing. Directors have this whole narcissistic thing. They have to see themselves on camera. That's a completely different thing. Producers make the movie happen. Directors make the movie. I'm not in a movie. We're not making a movie.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
reality
so
television.
the
It's a
murder
completely different
deer
program.
brought you in here.
No,
and
it was a
changed your
smoke thing
clothes.
from my phone.
It was a what?
My phone started smoking, and I threw it on the ground. And then the
film
smoke.
crew,
Okay.
please, film crew. We have found each other. We're still inside building. Let us leave
Yeah,
building.
we're just gonna find that
Please.
second story
Suddenly,
window. Oh no.
you hear an unearthly screech
Murder deer.
from a floor above you. Over top of the fucking murder deer. From the floor above you, it sounds close. It sounds angry.
Oh, it's an angry scream. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
we could just close these
And
double
you
doors
hear-
behind us.
Heavy footsteps
Vlad
directly above you, going.
would say that the fuck is that?
Get me the fuck out of here. I don't want to be in. We shouldn't have come inside this place. Why did
All
you
of
even
us,
go
let's
in?
leave.
Lord,
Why are we talking so loud? There's
Get-
someone above us.
There's
Because
nothing here. This place is empty. These ghosts aren't real. This is all a figment of my imagination. The other crew is.
there was footsteps.
Let's just go. Go downstairs,
You
door,
first.
wherever.
You go first then.
I'm going first. Enough of this chat. Vlad turn around and go out and they go into the hallway. He's open. Come on. Crazy screaming
is like
lady. We are
on his
leaving.
back.
I don't want to be
Vlad-
last, so I'm right on top of Connor.
Vlad
But I
is
have a bad
yelling
ankle,
up the
so I might be last, actually.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. So,
Vlad is yelling up the stairs. Crazy screaming lady, we leave.
It could be a sir. I've heard Connor's.
okay, so Vlad is shouting. Connor is on Vlad's heels.
Shouting.
Lenore is trying to be on Connor's heels. Major Watt, you are hearing all of this. What is happening in Major Watt's head right now? What is he thinking? What would he like to do?
Major Watt is going to draw his knife
Mm-hmm.
and readjust his goggles,
Mm-hmm.
and then slowly kind of retreat with the party.
Okay.
I remember, as I'm trying to shush them from yelling, that what the walking stick major gave me, he called a spear, and I limp a little more, but I hold it like this, like a spear.
Okay. So, Lenore.
Oh no. Yes. And I look for room 88.
Okay. You don't see any 88s on
Okay.
this floor. However, as you step out of this communal room, you hear a whisper behind you. It says, "Ah, my child. I can feel it within you. That darkness you try to suppress. I remember that day well. The lingering feeling of satisfaction you felt as he slipped below the surface. He was being so mean. He deserved what he got. Poor, poor Jonathan. If only he could have seen that darkness. Maybe he would have known better. The voice fades, and suddenly you can't breathe. You're gasping for air.
Standing
You
still. I'm
cough violently as freezing water falls from your lips. Panic rises within you as you feel as if you're drowning, and then suddenly it stops. You're frantically gulping down air, not quite sure what just happened, and I need you to make me a roll, please.
I would love to do that for you.
Keep that spew away from me.
Don't worry, it's just like water. 54.
54, okay.
Yep.
You feel this excruciating pain down your back, from your shoulders all the way down to your hips, and you cry out as just this burning sensation overtakes your entire back. Major Watt, you're directly behind her, and you see as
With the night vision
through
goggles.
your night vision goggles,
Yeah.
yes. Through your night vision goggles, you see as the back of her shirt darkens as if soaked in something. And what do? Lenore, you are in extreme pain.
And I
Vladislav
just,
and
and
Connor,
I just
you hear
choked up a
Lenore
bunch of
shouting.
water too, didn't
Yes.
I? Yeah, so
Yes, you did.
I went from
Yep.
Yeah, I'm probably kneeling on the floor at this point. Some tears, lots of pain.
Connor is putting his hand right in the back of Vladislav and is just pushing forward.
No, Vlad. I mean, if she's convulsing behind us, Vlad would probably turn around and real quick and
I reached.
hey, look,
I
she,
tried to touch
The
my
major's got her. You just keep going. He's got. Go.
no, she's having seizure. Hey, Lenore, you okay? You hurting? Where's it hurt?
And I lean, I go to try to tenderly touch my back to see.
So you touch your back and you feel this hot liquid, and you bring your hand and you shine your phone, and your hand is covered in blood.
Why am I bleeding?
Do we all see that?
Yes, you all see this. Whoever's
Vlad-
stopped in
And
blood.
I'm
Vlad
kneeling
grabs
in
her
a
and turns her
puddle.
around.
Of water.
Yeah, she's kneeling in a puddle of like freezing cold water.
Well, Vlad grabs her shoulders and twists her sideways to see if she's stabbed or bleeding.
Yeah,
What's
so
happening?
the back.
My
Yes,
athleisure
yes,
wear.
Major Watt.
Is there blood on my knife?
On your knife. No,
Yeah.
there's not
Oh, good.
currently blood on your knife.
Oh, okay, good.
You don't think you did this? There is no blood on your knife. No.
That was a good question.
So, excellent question. So, Vlad, you grab her by the shoulders and you turn her around so you can see her. You do see that the back of her shirt is soaked in blood. However, you don't see, it's not ripped, it's not broken. If you pull up.
You have a tank top, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna shove his fingers down the top of your shirt and peel it back and look in there. Yes, pardon, please.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you pull back her shirt and you look and you shine your light, and she has 3 massive claw marks. One follows down the center of her spine, the other 2 follow along it. It is straight, it is razor sharp, it is deep, and it is bleeding profusely.
Oh shit! You've been scratched. Here,
Ow, I was
take
just
top off. Take top
walking.
off. Take top off, please. And he's gonna start trying to tug at your shirt too.
Usually I get dinner first.
And it'll help her get the tank top off. And
You're hot, so it's okay.
Let me see. I'm looking in my inventory.
You do have a basic first aid kit.
Yeah, he will get out of there probably the only roll of gauze that he has, but it's sterile and it's clean at least.
Mhm.
And let's see, basic first aid. I'm trying to think of what he had. God, he wouldn't have anything crazy. They'd probably have some of those really crummy, like
Butterfly strips. Yeah.
strips. And he's going to try and use her tank top because it's bloody anyways to try and soften it up. So you don't get blood, and he's trying to get fresh skin to try and tape it shut. And then
Sure.
he's going to wrap with the bandage around
Okay.
her, because that's all he can do. We need to get you out of here now. You're bleeding.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna complain about that. Yep.
Go ahead and make me a roll, please, Vladislav. While you make that roll, Connor, you were trying to push Vladislav along. However, he went around you. What are you doing, Connor?
I'm staying close to him, so as soon as he starts helping Lenore, he kind of rotates kind of in between, like to the side of Lenore, between Major and Vladislav.
Okay. Are you watching them? What are you doing?
He's probably just looking at what happened to Lenore.
Looking at what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would we pay attention to our surroundings?
No.
Yeah.
Major, please tell me there is a large bear, kitty, cat, or something on the island. Is this dressing room?
I don't know what had done that. I was standing right behind him, and it wasn't me. There's no blood on my knife.
It's so dumb that the
I
hole
like
we
that that's
climbed
his
through.
reasoning of why it wasn't him. Couldn't be me. There's no blood on my knife, but there's like some white mark on his pants from when he was afterwards.
It's so dumb. I understand. We climbed through a hole. You scratched back on broken piece of wood.
No, this
Believe
just happened. You walked
45
by.
minutes ago.
He's clean cut. Don't know this till now. Vlad's in like a slight. He's trying to rationalize what he's seeing.
Makes sense.
So,
Okay, so Vladislav, with that roll, you do
Had a weird
manage to
flashback.
get her bleeding under control. You don't feel like she is, with how deep these wounds are, you know that she is going to need stitches here relatively soon. She also is running the possibility of getting these wounds infected. But you do have it under control for the moment. You've cleaned it up as well as you can. You've stopped the bleeding as
It's
well
a
as you
compression
can.
tank top, so should I just put it back on over the bandages?
put it back on
Okay.
those bandages. He's clean for now. We'll clean it proper out. Yeah, easy.
Good. Yep.
It's just real
Okay.
tender.
Infected.
All right, we leave now. We leave. Where is window you see? Which way?
I haven't
Lenore?
seen any
Which way
windows. It was on the cliffside.
The broken window. What
It
floor?
was facing second floor cliffside. We're on the second floor.
We're on floor now. Okay, we go cliffside, and he will just start walking in front of the group, trying to peek into each room as he's going by, trying to find that open window.
Okay. In order to peek into some of these rooms, you do have to shove the doors open. Most of them are halfway closed, if not all
that's
the way
fine.
closed.
He's opening door. There's no caution. Open door.
So you're slamming doors open as you go.
Not slamming, but he's opening. them.
Yeah, shoving them open,
force, yeah.
with force. So they kind of bounce against the wall from time to time. At one point, you're walking, and it's about
Just waiting to open a door, and there's just a bunch of deer sitting at a table holding like knives and forks.
Growl at us.
Yeah.
oh fucking murder, dear. So you're pushing doors open. You get to room 2, or not 2, excuse me. Room 410 is what you see before you slam the door open, and you push it, and out of the room comes this massive, wide shape that swoops in front of your face and just barely misses you with claws before flying over your head. And out of sight.
Vlad, because he's been coiling and sprung and he's on edge, could he have tried to just reach out and punch it real quick just because he saw shape?
Sure, absolutely. Make me a roll, please.
Okay. I mean, it's just a natural reaction. He doesn't have his knife drawn. It's just, you open a door, shape goes in front of you, you punch.
Makes sense. This thing comes swooping at you, and you
Swooping
just
is bad.
swooping is so bad. You just instinctively lunge out and punch it square in its tiny little bird chest.
Oh no.
And a crow falls to the ground, writhing in pain.
And he's still in combat mode. Vladislav's gonna then stomp on it. He's gonna stomp.
Yeah, you
Oh,
curb stomp a crow, and it's now dead.
whoa,
Wow.
that's too much. You'll ruin the meat.
What? We're not gonna eat that.
It's not eating
I've heard
crow.
about eating crow.
It's,
You're not gonna eat it. I'll put it on my belt.
Okay.
Vlad,
You now have a
uh,
bloodied, crushed crow corpse.
Look,
Vlad is
That
breathing
crow
hard. He
had to
looks
have gotten
in the
in somehow. The store was closed, right? There's,
Exactly.
Yeah, there's probably a window.
Vlad looks up in the room. He's still breathing hard from stomping the crow and looks up.
You glance, and this is a four-walled, no-windowed room.
Yeah, but at this point, Vladislav just goes off into a tirade of Russian curses, just really aggressive fashion, hard, and then he stops, just having vented his anger and frustration.
Okay, you feel a little bit calmer. But as you vent your frustration, you still have that feeling of panic and claustrophobia, and you feel it as these events have unfolded. You've felt it coiling tighter and tighter and tighter until it's almost like a weight on your chest.
We
You
need to
continue on.
we need to find a way out here. We keep looking. There's
Yeah,
going to be window.
There's gotta be windows at some point.
Okay. You guys
People find my
make it.
grandma's room. Come on, Grandma.
Maybe.
Pull out the photo.
You guys make it back to the stairs. Do you head up? Do you head down?
Head down, obviously. We missed something down there.
Are you
Okay.
sure the window was on the second floor?
I'm pretty sure it was on the second floor. I
We
guess,
should,
I guess I could
head
be
back
wrong.
down, away from screaming weird stuff
There
upstairs.
was weird screaming stuff upstairs, and we seem to only get higher on the number
Obvious-
count. Yeah, check the
Obviously,
basement.
he's somebody
Maybe the
living here.
basement's got like a cellar door. We can pop out of there.
Oh no! I no go in basement. No.
Well, we
You
checked
can
the
go in
first
basement.
floor, and there was nothing on the first floor. Check the
Well,
second floor.
obviously
on the
we
second
missed
floor.
back door on first floor. We probably missed window. Let's go back
No,
down
the
and check.
I'm
windows
with
and doors
Vlad.
are gone.
Let's just go. Stop. Just go. Go.
Right.
Go.
Let's
You
Vlad,
guys
Vlad,
are
go.
discussing where to
Not
go at
discussing,
the,
pushing Vlad down the
at
stairs.
the top
Ow.
of these steps.
Oh, no.
You hear above you a faint
Downstairs.
Down.
just growing louder and
Yeah.
louder. You
Straight
rush down the stairs. Lenore, I need you to make me a roll, please.
down. Oh, no.
As you rush down these stairs, injured, not only on your back, but your ankle as well.
You're gonna make
38.
it basement a lot quicker.
38, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Trip
go
falls,
straight
has a-
to the
has a
basement.
broken neck.
Straight to the basement.
Vladislav, you go down first. You're quick. You jump over the broken steps and land at the bottom with Connor right on your heels. Lenore, you're a little, just the slightest bit slower, but you're kind of panicking at this point. You're in
Like, there's
a
no doors or
fuck
windows.
ton
There's
of
no doors or
pain.
windows. There's
Your
footsteps.
back hurts.
Maybe
There's no
88's a
doors.
basement. I mean, we're only
There's
going up for numbers. It's gotta be
Your
close.
foot, your injured one, falls through the broken step, and you are now stuck in the stairs up to your waist.
Oh no!
Major Watt, you feel that, or not Major Watt, excuse me, Lenore, you feel extremely sharp pains in your legs as you're assuming you have many splinters and bruises and scraps at this point. Major Watt, Lenore is now in the stairs, blocking your way down.
Take a plug off from CrossFit for a month.
I'm gonna try to lift her out of the stairs.
Make me a
Hell,
roll, please.
Vlad will turn around and try and help too if he heard that.
Okay, so if you're helping, I need one person to make the roll. So either Major Watt can make the roll or Vlad can make the roll.
You got it, Major, because you started it.
Okay.
72.
72. Okay. You take a second to brace yourself on the step above her, which seems to be stable, and you grab her, you kind of like hook her underneath her arms and yank up. You get her out in one fell swoop and set her down on
And
the
I keep
next
my
steps.
pants.
Yes, you keep your pants. They're still there. They are ripped. They
Yeah.
are
Ugh.
bloody. You can see that you're gonna need more medical attention
Gonna
at this
need a
point.
pair of tweezers.
Possibly, yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
she's,
Major Watt.
she's going into shock. We need to get her out now.
This is not your island.
Really hope we don't have to
not
go
anybody's
Back
island.
upstairs. There's a big hole now. Okay. Down.
Here, Lenore, I carry.
Connor,
Oh, okay.
Vlad will pick up Lenore.
Okay. So Vlad, you pick up Lenore after Major Watt gets him out of gets her out of the stairs. Connor, you're standing at the bottom of the stairs and you're watching this as it unfolds, and in the back of your mind you hear, "There's no use running, Connor. You're here. Why would you want to go anywhere else?"
Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear anything? Is someone talking?
Come find me, Connor. And your dreams. Well, they won't be that for much longer.
No. I don't. I appreciate the offer, but I think we're going to be leaving. I'm going to go find my sat phone, and I'm going to. We're leaving. We're leaving now, guys.
You wouldn't happen to have
hear
any more
a-
of that Russian Tylenol, would you?
A dark laughter in the back of your mind, Connor. Leaving. Good luck.
Whoever's playing this joke, this.
Did you hear like a dark
Goldman?
voice in the back of your mind calling you a child?
No.
Okay.
This one.
Yeah,
he
'cause that
said
would be
he
crazy, right?
give me my dreams, and then was laughing at me when I said I was leaving. You heard that too?
No,
No.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear any of that. Hmm.
The house is old. It makes all sorts of strange noises. We need to stay focused.
It's very strange. Look, we need to leave.
Yep.
Keep going. Let's go. And
Make
Vlad will walk.
strange noises. Noises don't actually make sense in like conjugate
Well,
sentences.
Start walking
Noises don't
as
conjugate
Connor
sentences.
is
That's a quote. Imagine that.
as Connor is talking. Major, in the back of your head you hear, "My friend, I'm disappointed in you. Don't you want what I have? What you've been searching for?"
Yes.
You feel a burning pain on the back of your left shoulder, a familiar pain at this point. You felt it several times since being back on this island.
Ooh.
You shake yourself and this can't be real. This is just, this is just my PTSD talking. It's not, yeah.
This happens
It's
all the time.
Yeah. This is nothing new. Yeah. Yeah, this is fine.
Normally it's not so
Yeah.
right now, but yeah. Okay. We should keep moving.
Yes. We should keep moving. Now.
And as the
Next.
panic begins to set in as you make your way down the hall, passing where the door used to be yet again, that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh no,
Oh,
really?
God.
Oh my gosh, already?
Whew,
I can't believe
already,
it's been 2
it's-
hours.
We're ending 3 minutes early, but
Wow.
Whatever. Close
It's a
enough.
good time for it, because else we're gonna want more.
I felt like
Yeah,
we still had
I
an
know.
hour to go.
Oh,
Oh my.
I wish.
That flew by. Wow.
Man.
All right.
Well, all right, let's check in with everybody. Let's see how we're doing. I'm just going to go around in a semicircle, I guess, kind of a squiggle, I guess. Deception check. How was that for you? How you
Oh.
doing?
God, I hate you. I just remember I do DM your characters
I know.
on Mondays, okay? And I am thinking about taking a complete horror turn going forward, at least in Hal's life. So that's where we're going. No, hi. I'm a deception check. I'm playing Connor Caro tonight, who I thought was dead, and it's just crazy. So there's that. I guess that's his form of
Not
death
dead,
for
just
him right
abducted.
now. Or something. He's wearing different clothes, changed his clothes and we don't even know if that's really him, honestly, right now. So
It's a murder deer in a human skin suit.
yes, murder deer.
Disguise.
That's something that will stick around on Monday nights forever now. Murder deer. If you find them in Wellmount in the future, yeah, no, you can catch me here on Monday nights when in the future when I'm running the second book in Mondays in Exandria, a title to be announced very soon. Um, right now, playing Dread on Mondays with Nugatosaurus DM, and Tuesdays, Merrick Tenpenny on Mists of Ravenloft, and occasionally on Fridays for Aliens when I play Hank Granger. And all of these games have one thing in common: my characters are not having a very good time of it. So yeah, let's just go with that. And favorite part is just everything Nugget's been doing. She's kicking so much butt. This has been great. It was creepy. I have like my back is tense and I'm gonna need like a muscle relaxer or something to get over this. So thanks a bunch, Nugget. This was wonderful.
No problem. I'm glad you're enjoying it. You know, you give us such amazing Monday nights, I figured I might as well return the favor for a couple weeks. And, you know, thanks for actually enjoying it, because this is my first time DMing Dread, so yay. Next, we're going to check in with Shiny Pilot 206. How is that for you? What are you thinking? How are you feeling right now?
That was good. I feel drained. I'm doing good. Drained in a good way, just because it's like, oh man, that's a lot going on there. And trying to... the mental image that goes in the head for a lot of these scenarios is a really creepy place. And you're doing a good job, so thank you. We're all going to try and survive. Probably not going to happen, but that's part of the fun. So, yeah, I'm Shiny Pilot 206 for Twitch and Twitter, here Monday, Tuesdays, and for our Aliens game. Favorite part for the show, I like the spoops. All the spoops.
The spoops.
Like the screaming, the footsteps, like it's turning into a horror film. Pretty much every horror film I've ever seen, it's going down that path. I know what's going to happen next. We're all going to die.
Interesting things will happen.
So yeah. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for having me here. Let's do this some more. Let's do more. Let's do more. Let's do more.
Yeah, I'm always down to, you know, DM you guys through some Dread. Maybe in the future we'll do another different scenario. We'll see. Next up we have D20 coup de grace. Excuse me. How is that for you?
Oh, insane. You can find me playing here Mondays, Tuesdays, sometimes on the Fridays with these people. Shoot, I had let's see, I had two favorite parts, I suppose. One was when we were walking upstairs and Lenore was under attack by something, and then I swear I thought I'd stabbed her. And then the other one was I loved/hated it when we got back to where the door was supposed to be. I was like, oh, come on.
You had to know that was going to happen. I can't just let you guys leave. Come on.
But yeah, I'm having a blast. So.
Good, I'm glad. Well, I am Nugatosaurus. I am the GM here for the next couple, maybe, I think we have one, maybe two more sessions of this before we hopefully hop back into Mondays in Exandria and all the fun stuff. You can find me here on Mondays and Tuesdays playing various characters, as well as the occasional Friday where I play a synthetic in our Aliens campaign, which is a ton of fun, and I'm hoping we can play soon. My favorite part was just seeing your guys' faces when I was describing stuff, like when I was describing the shadow coming at Connor, and I looked up and I saw Lindy's face, and I was like, oh, she's getting freaked out. I love it. I loved when I was describing Connor in the corner and y'all's reaction to it. It was so much fun.
I wanted a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, just poke it from super far away.
I hope it's not fast.
Yes, oh god. Make sure it's a slow zombie, not a fast one. Yeah, that's me. I'm really glad you guys are enjoying this. I'm glad, chat is enjoying it as well, and I'm gonna hand it over to the denizen of our channel, Lindy.
Yes, thank you. So that was super spooky. I can't handle scary movies or video games or anything else, but I like me some horror tabletop RPGs. Don't ask me why, but they don't give me horrific nightmares like the other two, and they're a lot of fun, terrifying, and I'm sure I like burn calories just existing through the sheer like anxiety and terror that goes on, because I'm always starving after a horror game. But I'm gonna eat some comfort food after this. Favorite parts was I liked when Connor was outside by himself a lot. Ghosts aren't real, ghosts aren't real, ghosts aren't real. I was like, yeah, I've made that mistake in Call of Cthulhu before. You never sit by yourself, or you never stay behind. You can go ahead occasionally, never stay behind by yourself. And I liked, my other favorite part was when D20 coup de grace was like, and I put on my night vision goggles, and Nugget was like, do you even have those? And he was like, well, if you look at my character sheet that you approved, you'll see right there. And you're like, yep, nope, you got NVGs. I loved that moment. It was a moment of levity and sass amongst the terror and horror. But you can find us here every Monday and Tuesday. Mondays for the next little bit can be dread. Tomorrow on Tuesday, you get to see the horror that is commercialized and tourism-driven Barovia. It's its own kind of horror. It's more like a cringy, cheesy horror, but it's fun anyways. The characters are gonna be great. You can find us maybe this Friday for Aliens. I need to verify and check with our guests and players and GM for that game. But I'll hopefully have done that by tomorrow, and I'll have a formal announcement for you guys. Also, this week we will have a Witcher campaign. The Witcher campaign from Tales from the Grim will be resuming on my channel here, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're in the middle of a fight with a bunch of not Nilfgaardians. Don't know what they are, but they're dressed as Nilfgaardians, but they're not. So I'm gonna call them the not Nilfgaardians. People are dying, I'm cursed. It's a great time. We're about in the same level of this is fine as this group on Mondays, so you'll want to see that. And I'd like to thank our sponsor, Roll20 again, in the corner, right there. Super cool. They're wonderful. They're our virtual tabletop of choice. We've been using them for 4 years now, and just check out roll20.net. I'll have a fancy link, hopefully, next week that y'all can click. Check it out. I don't have it this time because I still need to finish filling out paperwork for it, but it'll be super cool when it exists. And you can check out all the cool stuff they have. Like, they just got Burn Bright, which hopefully we will be having maybe a one-shot or a mini-series of Burn Bright on the channel. So we'll have to see. It's gonna be fun time. So thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching. We appreciate y'all. Check out Roll20. Check us out next week for the horrifying potential, maybe conclusion, maybe not conclusion, of these poor, unfortunate characters. Until then...